It's a moment some people have been anticipating for more than a year. The suspect in the killing of Detroit neurosurgeon Devon Hoover brought up on charges including first-degree murder. Thanks for being with us here at 5. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Damon Fernandez. This is a new booking photo issued today after Desmond Burks was officially charged. Remember, he's already held in connection with the deadly beating of a Dearborn man, a full year after Dr. Hoover's body was found. Sean Lay has been looking more into this side of the story, and he's joining us live right now.
All right, you guys, welcome back to the Alpha platform. So I've been watching YouTube lately, and I've been following this case for quite a few months. And today I was just inspired to talk about it because I think there's a huge learning lesson with this case out in Detroit involving Dr. Devon, and I think his name is Desmond Burks. Essentially, you have Dr. Devon. He's a white dude. He is a neurosurgeon, very much beloved in his community. He lived in like a 13,000 square foot, mansion on his own. He was very well known in his community, very well liked and respected. Once again, had a lot of money. He was doing very well in his career, helping his patients. People had nothing but good things to say about him. But somehow, some way, this dude's lover, Desmond Burks, ended up offing him, deleting him. As the case unravels, we end up finding out that Desmond Burks, has a criminal history. He has nothing going for himself, and one can assume that the reason why Dr. Devon was hanging out with Desmond Burks was strictly for sex, was strictly for hookups. And I think a lot of us gay men, we find ourselves in those positions. And rest in peace to the victim. Rest in peace to his loved ones and his family members. I'm sure they're going through it, but I really want us to learn from this situation because, man, like we can all find ourselves in a similar situation. As gay men, I've been very vocal on my channel about how gifted and talented and blessed we are in terms of our achievement, in terms of setting goals and becoming the best at what we do. Whatever we're doing, we're going to become the best. And I think it's because we spent decades of our lives, of our childhoods, being looked down upon for being gay. So we have to make up for that in some way by being excellent in other areas, by being overachievers in other areas. And we do that, we do that very well. So, somehow this dude, this neurosurgeon, found himself in a loving or in a sexual relationship with Desmond Burks, a dude with a criminal history, a rap sheet as long as God knows how long. But anyhow, I have some points to make, but as gay men, I truly believe this. It's fine to be an overachiever. It's fine to have goals, to make a lot of money, to be ambitious, but we need to be making time for authentic love. We really need to. And on my channel, this is what my channel is about. It's about encouraging you guys to go out and find long-term relationships with other openly gay men. I don't get on here and I don't support the bi thing. Excuse me, not the bi thing, the DL thing. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to offend the bisexual people. But I don't want to see you guys with DL dudes. I don't want to see you guys entertaining a bisexual man who has only a romantic interest in women, but wants to use you strictly for sex. I don't believe in that. I don't want that for you because it only leads to misery and pain for you. I don't want that for any of you guys. So yeah, like, make time for love. I think hookups are only going to take you so far in this world. And here Dr. Devon he's 53 years old. And, by this time he should have already had a long-term partner. He should have had some kids. And I just can't help but wonder, if you're going to choose a partner, whether they be black, white, Hispanic, whatever it's going to be, why not choose a person that is equally as successful as you are? Why not choose a person who already has something going for themselves? Like, why are we attracted to the thug archetype, people who don't have anything going for themselves, people who are losers? Because in my book, if you are, I would say by 21, you should already have a job that you're working at, saving for a car, getting yourself together, having your own place. Because why? I had those things at 21. Like, this is what people should be doing. If you are in your 20s and you still don't have your basics covered, you are failing in life. I don't want to call you a loser, but you are failing in life. And the thing that gets me the most is when you run into these people they never take the time to look within and blame themselves for where they are in life. No, they look outwardly and they blame other people. They look outwardly and they look to take advantage of other people because they just don't want to take personal accountability for being good for nothing. You know, like, it's just weird. It's just weird. So make time for love. Make time for long-term relationships in your life while you are younger, because I'm telling you, love is like musical chairs. You have a chair until that music runs out and you don't anymore. You don't anymore. There's so many dudes out here thinking that they're always going to have the next best thing. They're always going to have the next best thing, but that's not how love works. I truly believe God, the universe, whatever you believe in, gives you one, maybe two shots at authentic love. And if you blow it, it's a wrap for you. It's a wrap for you, because look at it this way. These good-hearted people out here, the universe also has to protect them as well. So if your mind is not right, why would the universe, God, whatever, bring you another good man to ruin, another good man to take advantage of and discard? It doesn't work that way. You get one or two shots, and after that, it's a wrap for you. The second thing I want to talk about is, I truly believe a lot of black people, and I'm sure this is true for white people, Asian people, Mexican people, whatever, but I'm black, and I'm only talking about my community because I have experience in my community. A lot of black people, specifically black men, whether you're gay, straight, whatever, have mental health issues. And it's not always our fault, but it is our fault when we don't do anything about it, when we don't seek assistance or help for those mental health issues. It's not normal to walk around every day angry. That's not a normal thing. So if that's you, you need to go get help. There's medication for that. It's not normal to be agitated every single day by the slightest thing a person does. If that's you, you need to go get help for that. You know? So I think a lot of us just don't know that help is available, and we don't have the resources to access mental health help. We don't have it. We don't have it. And I truly believe that, in my case, I grew up in an environment where we were just told, get through it, just pray it away. And it wasn't until I reached my late 20s that I realized, you know what, Alfred, you're struggling with sleep. If that's the case, go take an over-the-counter sleeping medication. And sure enough, it worked. My moods improved, like my life improved with a better quality of sleep. I've been vocal on my channel about having panic attacks. When that happened to me, I had to really reevaluate my lifestyle and move some things around and get on medication for a period. I went on medication for a few weeks, a few months, and got off of it when my lifestyle had improved and I wasn't feeling the stress anymore. But there's so much shame in the black community around mental health and getting help. And this is why I'm so much against the church so much. It's because so many black people believe, oh, just pray it away, just pray it away. That's not how life works. You have a spiritual life. You have a physical body to take care of. You have your mental health to take care of. You have different compartments of living in this world that you need to take care of. It's not just, if I pray, I'm going to fix my physical body. If I pray, I'm going to fix my mental health. That's not how that works. There are resources out here for a reason. Use them. And for some reason, we in the black community, especially black men, don't use them. And, once again, it's not always our fault. I will admit this to you guys. There are moments in my life where I don't feel like being a black man. And before y'all go off on me in the comments, I don't hate myself. I don't dislike myself for being a black man. What I mean by that is there are moments in my life where I will stay home because I don't feel like venturing out in the world and getting the reactions from other people that we get as black men. I don't, that's what I mean by I don't feel like being black today. So I stay home. We go on social media, we see all these racist things happening to black people all the time. All that stuff is trauma. Sitting there watching black people being deleted by the police is trauma. Sitting there watching black people fight with Karens and blah, blah, trauma. So my reaction to that is like, you know what, I'm going to stay home today. I don't have it in me to fight a person today. I don't have it. So I'm just going to stay home. Mental health. Take care of your mental health, you guys. That's what I mean to say. Number 3, and my last point I really want to bring out is, this is so important, you guys. Stop hanging out with people who have nothing to lose. And I brought that up earlier. Just stop doing it. Some of us are so lonely and desperate for company and friendship and what we think is love that we will willingly bring these people who have nothing to lose into our lives, never knowing that they mean us no good, never knowing that they are jealous, never knowing that they're up to no good, plotting on you. We have a neighbor that lives next door to us. They just moved in. And recently, this wife, the wife of this dude kicked him out of the house. And we were watching him being kicked out. His stuff is being thrown out on the curb, and she going off. The kids is helping her throw his stuff out on the curb. And, it's just all hell is breaking loose at 7 a.m. in the morning. And we watching the Ring camera like, dang, what's this noise? What's going on out here? So sure enough, the wife is like, telling the other neighbors, because we all wondering what's going on. Telling the other neighbors, my husband, this dude don't work. He don't cook. He don't clean. All this dude does is sit there and smoke weed all day. Literally all day. All day. Because I see him on the balcony doing it. So it's like, this dude is able-bodied. He should be getting up every day, going to work and making a living, not only for himself, but for his wife and his children, because she's working. So when men don't work, they get into trouble. That's all they can do is get into trouble. Sure enough, the dude was cheating, manipulating, lying from what the wife was saying, and I believe her. I believe her because he's not doing anything all day except getting into trouble. So one day, the dude came by. He asked my husband for a ride to go someplace. My husband said, yeah, I'll take you someplace, blah, blah, blah. And, coming to find out, the dude was up to no good. There's a reason why he wanted to ride for my husband. Essentially, his wife did not want him doing the things he was doing. Therefore, she would not take him to go do X, Y, and Z. So we found that out. And I told my husband after that, we're done. We're done. We're not, this house, our vehicles, whatever, our resources, that's for us. We're not obligated to help people that are not helping themselves. We are not obligated to help people who have nothing to lose, because I know these people. They're plotting. They see you doing well. They see you doing X, Y, and Z, and they notice it because that's what they do all day. Sit around and watch what people are doing. Plotting. So it's like, I told my husband once again, we're done. Don't offer him no more rides. If he's not willing to go and work and, save up for his own vehicle, we're not obligated to help him. And that's what I think a lot of men need to understand out here, is that the world is cruel to you. I know y'all don't like to hear this, but your value as a man is based on the resources that you have, the amount of money that you have. That's your value as a man. Y'all don't want to hear that. I truly believe there are other things that make men valuable. Like, you don't have to be this ultra, super wealthy person that makes more than your spouse. You can make a decent basic income, $50,000 a year as a man, and that's still valuable if you're a good man. But you can't make close to nothing and still be a cheater, a liar, a manipulator, and expect to be valuable and expect to be respected from your partner. Like, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, like, in terms of relationships and friendships, sexual relationships as well, stop hanging out with people who have nothing to lose. Y'all don't realize this, but when y'all are having sex with people that y'all don't know, whether they fine, whether they thugs, fine, attractive, deal, whatever it is, y'all are putting your lives at risk. These dudes be knowing where y'all stay. These dudes be knowing where y'all hang out at. These dudes be knowing where, when you're coming and going from work, whatever. They know everything about y'all. And then y'all be surprised when y'all get screwed over by these dudes. So stop it. So stop hanging out with dudes that have nothing to lose. And stop smashing DL dudes. Just stop. And just stop. Find yourself a nice gay man. For this doctor, he could have just found, if he was into black dudes, there are plenty of, upper class black dudes in Detroit, Michigan this doctor could have got with. And I just wonder, why Desmond Burks? Like, why this dude? What did you find attractive about him? As a doctor, you could have at least done a background search on the person that you're allowing into your mansion, because you have so much to lose. So much to lose. The weed man should know where y'all live at. The plug should know where y'all live at. Like, Come on, people. We just have to do better as a community, as gay men. We can't be so blinded by the booty, blinded by the peen, that we're just out here accepting anything and everything. Like, no. Like, no. Like, the dude that you're getting with, if he's not on your level financially, academically, require that he go out and get higher education. Require that he go out and increase his income. Why? Because if you're an ambitious person, they're just going to be jealous. Like, they can say they're okay with it, but with time, you're going to be a lasting reminder of their failure, of their laziness, of what they should have and should be doing with their lives. So I'm gonna let these clips roll. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But yeah, in case I don't come back, so I'm not sure how I'm going to format this video. In case I don't come back, thank you guys for the love and support. Do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back. We're back. Take care and peace.
Dr. Devin Hoover was a wildly successful neurosurgeon in Detroit. His patients raved about him as a doctor and as a man. Dr. Hoover lived alone in this sprawling mansion in the Boston Edison district. Inside the mansion, 13,000 square feet of classic decor and art. Dr. Hoover would often open up his home for fundraisers and social events. In all, the doctor was living his best life and helping others along the way. But on April 23, 2023, when Dr. Hoover did not show up at a family function, police were called to do a welfare check. And when they arrived at the mansion, no one answered the door, so police went inside. That's where they found Dr. Hoover's lifeless body, the victim of a violent death. Who would want to murder a man who was loved by so many and helped so many more?
It's the murder that took more than a year to charge. A Detroit surgeon found shot to death and wrapped in carpet in his attic. Tonight we hear from someone who knew both the doctor and his accused killer. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here at 6. I'm Karen Drew in for Kimberly Gill tonight.
And I'm Damon Fernandez in for Devin Skillian. Now, the woman we're about to hear from knew all about the man with whom her friend, Dr. Devon Hoover, had been spending time leading up to his murder in April of last year.
Now, she says she was one of several people who pointed police toward Desmond Burks right away. Sean Lay joins us live. And Sean, just like a lot of other people, Megan Beamer has some big concerns about how long it took to bring charges against Burks.
That's the key to her speaking out to us today. And look, I'm hearing from a lot of you in the last few days have tough questions about this very complicated case. But look, Megan Beamer is her name, friends with Dr. Burks, friends with Dr. Hoover, I should say, while she was in the house. There were times when Desmond Burks was here also. He was a friend and he was in there from time to time. But when Dr. Hoover's body was found up in the third floor attic area, she says she immediately thought of Burks and wants to know why it took so long to charge him.
He called me and told me that they did in fact pick up the person who we all said it was from the very beginning, from the jump. They finally picked him up.
Her name is Megan Beamer. She wanted to speak out to me tonight. She not only was a close friend of Dr. Devon Hoover, but she also knows his accused killer, Desmond Burks.
Did you know his name back then?
I know Des. I know who Des is. I know what Des does.
The neurosurgeon was found murdered in his Boston Edison home April 23rd of 2023. But Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy charged Burks with the doctor's murder last week, some 16 months later, saying witnesses were reluctant to come forward due to the doctor having an intimate relationship with Burks. Beamer says Detroit police were pointed to Desmond Burks by Hoover's friends from the start.
Everybody knew exactly who it was. But you can go on the Facebook group and see we've all known.
And sources confirmed to me tonight that Detroit police arrested Burks 5 days after Hoover was murdered, but released him. I'm told more evidence for a murder charge was needed. And while police continued to investigate Burks, nearly 1 year after the doctor's death, Burks is accused of killing 67-year-old Rita Sala during a road rage incident this past April.
Why was he not kept in jail? Then another family wouldn't have lost their family member like we lost Devon.
All right, back here live in Boston Edison now. Devon Hoover case here. Burks released after a few days after being held last year by Detroit police. Police tell me that the case simply was not ready. More evidence was needed. More details on that will come out in court. Burks being held on $1 million bond for the road rage incident. Guys, Beamer tells me that all of this, despite any relationship and any intimate relationship, was all about money and getting money, and that's how she believes that was the motive to this killing. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
So many questions still. All right, Sean, thank you.